Hello my brothers and sisters. Thank you all for tuning in to another video and continuing to join me on this journey. Today I want to talk about a serious topic, and this topic may offend some people out there, but it's something I feel strongly that we need to talk about. And it is drug abuse and drug addiction. In this world now, drug abuse and drug addiction is on an all-time high. So many people around us are abusing drugs and alcohol every single day. And through doing this, they are becoming numb to the world around them. These are people that aren't willing to make a stand, aren't willing to make a change in this world, and they end up falling victim to the same thing every night. And then they wake up in the morning as a reset. With a sober mind, you can notice so much more things that you would never notice if you were under the influence. We are creatures of habit. We like the same routines, we like to practice the same habits day in and day out. Your favorite foods, you tend to eat them more often than foods you don't like to eat. Your favorite drink, you might have a refrigerator full of that favorite drink that you have, and you drink it every single day. When it comes to video games or TV shows, you tend to play the same video games or the same TV shows day after day. It's because we're creatures of habit. We like a continual routine, we like for things to stay the same, and we like to feel safe with these circumstances. It's the same with drugs. When people fall down a rabbit hole of drugs, they become so used to being in this intoxicated state that they end up going back to it day after day. They actually end up falling in love with the thing that's holding them back. We need to stand up and make a difference, and we need to band together and be the difference that we want to see in this world. However, if you're always under the influence, it's hard for you to stand up and make a change. You become complacent, you become happy with where you're at, and you become scared of change. I knew a guy at one of my past jobs when I worked at a grocery store, and he told me he never drank and never smoked in his whole life. And he was over 30 years old. And I never understood it. I even told him, I was like, don't you want to experience it once? Don't you want to have a different interface in this world and to see things a little differently than you do every passing day? And he told me he had an addictive personality. And the longer I live, the longer I go forth in this world, I realize most of us do have an addictive personality. It ties back to what I said before. We have favorite foods, we have favorite drinks, we have favorite TV shows, we have favorite video games. We end up going back to the same things we like because we know we like them, and would rather stick with what we know than try something new. He told me his addictive personality always shows in video games. When he gets home, he has to hop right on the video games. He ends up putting a lot of money in these online transactions in the video games. And he said, I can't imagine what would happen if I started going down the rabbit hole of doing drugs or starting drinking. He said, I would spend so much of my check on these drugs and on these alcohol that I don't even want to know what kind of person I would end up being in the long run. And I see that with so many people in this world. It starts off as something small, but with addiction, you need more and more of it to keep it fueling, to keep it going. What used to only take a little bit to get you under the influence, now you need twice as much, then you need 3 times as much, and next thing you know, you're spending all your cash on this thing that's actually holding you back. All the thing is doing is making you numb to what you should really be doing in this life. And instead of banding together, instead of teaming up, instead of making the change we want to see and stopping the evils in this world, through intoxication, we are giving in to the evils of this world. We are sitting back and letting it continue to happen. We are letting the motions that got put into place a long time ago see through and get to the end, and these motions continue perpetually. Instead of standing up and trying to stop the beast in its tracks, instead of trying to stop the evils of this world, we turn a blind eye. That's why I said before, a sober mind can notice so much more than an intoxicated mind can notice. And I think a lot of times, either the world around you or you yourself would rather be intoxicated or under the influence instead of facing the true self. Instead of facing what's really going on in this world, we would rather become numb to it. So I ask you all, please Think about this the next time you go to take a sip of alcohol. Think about this the next time you go to take some drugs. Why are you really drinking this alcohol? Why are you really taking these drugs? What is it that you're so scared of? What is it that you're running from? What is it that you're scared to stand up to? And once we get to that solution, and once we get to that bottom line as a society, as a community, we can move together to make the changes in this world. But we can never form as a team. We can never see this change all the way through if so much of this world is always off of drugs. So please, stop your drug addiction, stop your drug abuse, and go a couple days sober and notice all the things you can see within this world, and notice that you can't notice if you're just waiting till the next time you can give in to your addiction. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank you all for following this journey with me, and thank you all for having faith in me. I hope you all have a great day. God bless you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow.